Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC, where we sit around in a podcast format talking about your favorite TV shows and movies related to superheroes and other things that we find interesting and talk about. We do analytical reviews, we do discussions, we talk about rumors, we talk about how important they are or what they're doing to the Marvel Universe. This is the show that Benny and Sal talk on with our friends Dylan and Dan. And join the Absolute Army by hitting like, subscribing, and hitting that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Today we're going to talk about another mini trailer, little mini teaser. Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yes.
Finally, something that shows this thing is real.
Yeah. Yeah. And 100% confirms Oscar Isaac is Moon Knight.
Now, I watched this 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So this doesn't actually, unlike other ones, this one doesn't really show anything.
I mean, I think we're seeing a lot, but we're also like, it's so hard to parse. Like where we are. It looks like he's in some kind of museum.
Right, starts at the museum. We get to see a good shot of him as Mark Spector. We get to see him in the white outfit. And this is where I think this is going to be Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, and Mark Spector.
Totally.
Because that is sense. A Mr. Knight outfit right there. That's what that
you're
is.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
And he's getting up after getting his butt kicked.
Yes. I think this is going to be the most like the Netflix Daredevil show because of the street level, the like visceral, and the fact that like he's just a dude. So it's gonna be pretty down in the dirt for this guy.
I'm liking a lot of these street level movies because the problem is with these big sprawling movies like Eternals and stuff like that, it pulls a lot of the stakes out.
Well, not only does it makes it too big. It makes it all about the Earth. You know, the stakes aren't like somebody's personal life or the city.
Even Shang-Chi gets to the point where it's like, and the evil demon's gonna suck everyone's soul out.
Yep, everyone's gonna die.
I liked the train fight.
Yeah, right? Like, no, there's a lot of cool stuff. I think Moon Knight is gonna be pretty low stakes, and I'm excited about it. I also love that the opening monologue, or the opening line of the teaser, is Oscar Isaac doing a British accent.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't think Mark is British. And then I remember there's three of them. There's Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley. And I'm like, oh my God, they could all have different friggin' accents. Yeah. And by the way, I'm calling it now. I think Jake Lockley is going to be the British one because Jake Lockley is a cab driver.
Look at his last name, Lockley. At about 20-ish seconds or so in the trailer, we get to flashing lights and stuff like that.
Oh my God, yes.
This scene reminds me of Daredevil.
Totally.
I have a feeling that before Marvel was making plans to potentially and through rumors bring back Daredevil, Moon Knight was going to be their version.
Big time.
Dark,
this is going to be
gritty, visceral, and that's what this shows.
Yeah. The image of just Moon Knight's cape, flickering fluorescent lights in a dirty bathroom, and he's just pounding on this person, suggests to me that it's going to be pretty hardcore for a Disney Plus show. And I'm all for it. I want Moon Knight to be scary and dark and kind of too violent. You know, I like this idea. So go for it.
I also love the next scene that we see is him running on the bridge and then over a building. So it's also like, by the way, you guys like Batman. This is the closest we're going to get, so...
Fine by me. That's what I want. He has a cape and he runs across rooftops. He better jump across a crescent moon silhouetted at the end of, in the dark of night. It looks awesome. I'm like, I
got a feeling that's like the final shot to the first episode.
Yeah,
he's like, I am Moon Knight.
Yeah, right. I kind of hope that it's like there's no wasted time, like because Mark's origin of being stranded in the desert, wounded and dying in a temple for that all can be flashback. You don't need to see any of that outside of like snippets. So we could just get right into it. Just get right into the Moon Knight action.
So the next scene is very telling for me as a Moon Knight fan.
Yeah.
Past the explosion, because that just shows we're going to have explosions. I mean, it's just kind of a big bang.
Cool.
We see his hand at the ground, and then we go to him blinking.
Yeah.
And I am theorizing those scenes are side by side in the show. I think they're going to do... He blacks out when he changes the characters. I think that's what they're going to do with it.
Totally.
So we're going to have him kind of warping around confusingly because he doesn't know how he gets to these spots.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that great moment at like 3 seconds where he's looking at himself, his reflection, and then he walks away, but the reflection stays behind.
Yeah.
I love that image of him just going like, where are you going with my body? Like, oh
Yeah.
no. It's really cool.
I really think they're going to play real hard. Like, I don't, because Moon Knight, for those who don't know, has gone both directions, where it's Khonshu messing with him, but he's also gone heavily into the schizophrenia.
Yes.
And the current version of him is very much like he is schizophrenic, but Khonshu is also doing all of this. So it's kind of both. I feel like we're going to lean towards that. Where they're not going to harp too much on like the mental health and things like that, because it's going to be played off as Khonshu is fracturing his brain. Khonshu is doing these things with his body. Because you don't have to play into mental health with that, if you're going to go into that direction with it.
I mean, they could. I think they want to talk about some of these bigger topics. I mean, Falcon Winter Soldier was really kind of, it went further than I think a lot of people expected. So I could see them going like, yeah, we're going to talk about mental health. Maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna hint at it. We're gonna hint.
Yeah. I hope they do, but I also like the idea of Khonshu being just this jerk who's messing with this poor guy. So the sky's the limit. Moon's the limit as far as the show's concerned. I can't wait. I don't know anything about it outside of this, and so but that's great. Good. I hope most people don't know.
Are you following the latest Moon Knight stuff?
You mean in the comic, the Jed McKay book? Yeah, that's good. It's good stuff, but it's like it's a good distillation of everything that's come before without it being like just a retread. I'm digging it.
So, all right, well, that's our opinions on this quick little teaser about Moon Knight. We are absolutely Marvel and DC. Stick around. We're also going to be talking about Miss Marvel. We've already talked about She-Hulk, and we're going to be talking about X-Men 97, and we're going to talk about the Daredevil rumors and World War Hulk rumors. So make sure you hit subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on your notifications. Join the Absolute Army. Thank you.